Now, Virgo, as we know, tends to analyze things. And let's say when it comes to love, Virgo meets somebody that they really like. You know where I'm going with this, right? They are going to make lists. First of all, they've probably made a to-do list of the type of person they're looking for. So they have the checklist ready. Don't you, Virgo? Okay. Then as they get to know this new person, they just check off, whether literally or figuratively, the qualities that the person has. And they probably have the list segmented into first 5, top 5, and then the next 5, and then the next 5, and then the next 5. You see where I'm going. They don't leave out a detail. And so while the heart knows what it wants, that left brain is going to be very practical, very logical, and very realistic about what they've created, what they've got. And I think the hardest thing for the Virgo would be if they met 2 people right around the same time, because then they'd have 2 people to compare to their master lists. And some of you out there are saying, that sounds like a real good idea to have a list of what I'm looking for. And so you can see, if you like that, you have a lot of Virgo in you. And this is a very helpful thing to do, to have a list of the qualities that you're looking for in that special somebody. Okay. What does Virgo love? Venus is love. Virgo loves being helpful. Virgo loves to serve. And Virgo is traditionally not a sign that seeks the limelight. Now, I know there are Virgos in positions of authority, and they are in the limelight. They are watching everything that they do silently every day. And their approach is very practical, logical, and calculated. I don't mean from a manipulative standpoint. I mean, they know what needs to be done. Step 1, step 2, step 3, etc., which I've talked about in the other segments. So they love being needed and contributing practically, logically, helpfully to the project at hand. What I have found is that they will take over the details even without being asked. Now, that might not sit well with you. If so, then be very, very gentle with the way you mention it to the Virgo, because they're very sensitive people. They may not appear to be because they're so busy working on projects with people to help the whole. I remember many years ago I was working at a task on a job I was on, and one of the women I worked with was a Virgo, and she was sitting there with nothing to do, and there was a box of cards, index cards, sitting on my desk, and she opened it up to see what was in it, and I'm thinking, okay, and she noticed they were not alphabetized. You know where I'm going. She started alphabetizing. And I just marveled at that. But I felt like that gave me a not good enough message. It bothered me. Now, that's my problem at the time. Now I welcome it. Believe me, I welcome it very much. And I told her so. And I realized I had hurt her feelings. So, of course, I had to apologize because I realized what was going on. I have another dear friend who came to visit, and it was raining. I picked her up at the airport, and this is a typical Virgo trait. You have to speak their language and use their vocabulary because they are very detailed. And I had brought along an umbrella for her in the trunk of my car because I figured she didn't have one on the plane with her. And I had my umbrella. And when I put her luggage in the trunk of my car, I said, "Oh, that's your umbrella." And she said, "No, I didn't bring one." I said, No, that's your umbrella." And we went back and forth like that. And I thought, wait a minute, you're talking to a Virgo, Maxine. You forgot you have to speak their language. And I said, "I am so sorry. This is one of my umbrellas, which you may use for the duration of your visit while you're here so that you don't get wet." She understood perfectly. Specifics, because it doesn't compute otherwise. And you might say, "I'm not sure I could do that." I am so grateful as I get older for all the help I can get from my Virgo friends, because what they do is they see what I've not done. They see what needs to be done, and so I reassure them very often. I've done that, but I haven't done that yet. Thank you. And thank you is a word that not only we want to use with our Virgo friends, but Virgo, it's 2 words, excuse me, I said a word, I meant 2 words. 2 words that you want to learn, because you can tell us why you were not good enough. We don't want to hear why you're not good enough. We think you're terrific. And so if somebody pays you a compliment, you just say, "Thank you." And so we were talking about what Virgos love. They love to be appreciated for what they do. They figure you want their help. And what you want to do, non-Virgos, is get your ego out of the way so that you can express your appreciation to them.